Hello. Double checking everything. Welcome to the stream. Today I didn't really have much of an idea what I was going to do, so there's that. But it was more of a, I wanted to put stuff together in my head. Got paint on that. It is. In front of me I've got a complete blank project. Literally only opened it. That's about as far as it goes. But I saw the Oblivion vs. Avowed video that came out. It's been making me want to get back into RPGs. At least I've always wanted to make an RPG, and there's never a right time. So I'm going to quickly pull in this, brand this in. 4K is that, I believe. I'm going to take a whitish pen. I'll make this black again. Just black. Whitest pen. So the plan is I just want to experiment with some system ideas. So in an RPG, for instance, you have an inventory. Pretty awful. I should probably get my front tablet. You have an inventory which has items related to them. That's one of the systems that exists, and it always stumps people whenever it comes to Unreal, which I have run the same stumps. You have dialogue systems. Which means that you've got to have some way of interacting with NPCs. That music too loud. A little loud to me, but then I've got a different volume control to you guys. And the main one that I'm interested in is quest systems. The problem with quest systems is that you can't really do them until you've done everything else first. Because without any items, how are you going to do any of the quests? Without dialogues, who are you talking to? And that's just how I see it. Now you can obviously do certain stuff, but if you don't have like NPCs, how are you going to do kill quests? So I don't know. I'm just interested in a few systems like that. One of the systems I want to look at today, I don't know if I'll have a chance, is I want a day-night cycle system. Right, but I want it to be universatically static. So the thing from The Witcher 3, basically, when it hits like 3 PM, something that's waiting for it to be 3 PM will do stuff. I don't know the correct way to do this on Unreal. Like, you could wait for events, dispatcher events to basically dispatch every time that it happens. You could get the item to update to check every time, but that is awful. Just a no-go. I generally don't know what the correct way would be here. Like, this seems more reasonable. But I don't know if it's more logical to do something where we have a check flag system every 15 minutes. And then it triggers everything to do stuff with their own personal delays. But I don't know. That's part of the idea. I just don't know. I don't know what the compute time would be like for this, especially if it's going to get... Firefox. Hey, Swede. Alright, so people are suggesting using level loading. The interesting part about this is when an object is outside of the player's area, it doesn't need to update. And if I'm doing a multiplayer game, say I am, but if I was doing a multiplayer game, I would only need it to update on the client side anyway. We are just messing around with ideas for an RPG game. This is basically the idea of how what you need in an RPG game before you can start doing each system. Before I can do inventory, I need items. Before you can do dialogue, you need NPCs. And before you can do quests, you really need all of them. Like, you can put placeholders in place for them to be there, but you kind of need them. And in here, I'm looking at a day-night system idea where, think Skyrim essentially, where lights go on at night, or NPCs just know that they've got schedules to do. Like at 3 PM, lights go on or something, or 3 PM the butcher shuts, something like that. And it's just like figuring it out in a efficient way that doesn't cause much of an issue. And this little circle here is client stuff. Yeah. So also, the things I need to learn, and this is like general, not for this specifically, but for general Unreal like development, I need to learn the gas system, which is the gameplay's ability system, which Unreal has. Just follow your IRL logic for shots mostly. Yes, well, obviously, but how do you do that in a game? Because day and night doesn't exist in a game engine. You need to make a value that says this is day and night. And then it's like, how do you get that to replicate to everybody without it causing a massive lag spike? Because every time I send out a ping or something, that's data being sent, and data being sent slows down everything. Yeah, in Unreal, I need to learn the gas system. I also need to learn level streaming. World partitioning is not level streaming, which is how MMO worlds now actually work. Skyrim is 8 AM to 8 PM. That is true. But it would be a question of how do they even do that? Does every store get a request to close immediately from the game, or is that a NPC inbuilt scheduled behavior? Like, you know, that's the questions you gotta ask when it comes to game development. It's like, is there actually a global clock like I'm thinking there is? Which, to me, makes sense to make a global clock and then have things activate around it. You think they sleep at like 10, 11? Yeah. I mean, other than guards, right? But that's all part of like an NPC scheduling system. Whether or not when they sleep. Them selling items, obviously, yeah, that's also when part of their scheduling system. But stuff like locking their doors, is that part of a scheduling system? Or does the door know when to lock? Because when was the last time you saw an NPC lock a door? It would make sense that the scheduling system says, lock my doors. Yeah. I'm thinking it's a global clock too. The absolute easiest way of doing this is make sure I can do a day and night. And then creating a game subsystem which handles time. Because also, I like the idea if I make an RPG game that whilst you're in towns or villages or like tribes, tents, you know, places people live, time travels slower than when you're out adventuring. So that your time doesn't feel wasted when you're in town. That's how I like the idea of it. The problem would be if you make it a multiplayer game. That means that every player would need to be in a similar location. For instance, let's say a day in the overworld when you're outside of a town is an hour, but in a town it's 24. You get like a proper feel for it. I'd actually probably make this 8 to be fair, because then you're not sitting around forever, and you could do stuff like actually sleeping. And the math to actually do this is very simple. But I guess that's enough talk. Let's get some basics open. So this is a completely new, blank Unreal project. I actually hate this map. Not because that this map is set up like this, but because A, it's default, and on slow machines that means you can't easily load this. And B, there's nothing here. The entire purpose of this map is to show you how world partitioning works, but if you want to show me how world partitioning works, why is there not like a very basic house? So I can see, hey, that's how I would do homes or something like that. That's the kind of idea this is meant for an MMO. And I don't have anything, I don't think? Yeah, I've just got the default Unreal body, which has... ejected. Broken. That is not supposed to crash that quickly. Make multiplayer MSOs, you do instances. Yeah, that is correct. I mean, multiplayer, that would depend, because if I've gone into a town a day, like if I'm thinking co-op multiplayer, not multiplayer as in different groups. If I go into a town that's day, and then you spend all day outside and now it's night, then you enter the town, but we still want to see each other. Yeah, already breaking stuff. Unreal was notorious for breaking. I did not... Oh, wait, no. I stopped it. It stopped. Okay. Yeah, especially when compiling. How do I handle that in this instance? Because we're both in the same town. Let's say we both go to the same tavern. We should see each other. That's the co-op game we're in. There's questions of when people are out of town, does the town speed just stay at the world speed? And if that's so, does that break stuff? Do you even have a town speed? The town speed is my idea. Like I like that idea. There is. You should definitely check how they do it in Zelda Online. I didn't know Zelda had online. They have it. But is town speed different to world speed? Now all my C++ classes will have that. We time VR. Okay, so it's not an actual game. Don't like the default mode. We will do it later. So now I'm gonna make a game mode class with base. That's like a multiplayer game. Towns don't have progression in Zelda. Okay, I've not played a Zelda game except a little bit of the second to last game that came out on the Switch. Played a little bit of that. Still in the tutorial era. I'm gonna name this is RPG. And what I should do is, if anything I'm doing here should really be a plugin, because if I do something good, that means it can be used in a different game. But just not OOT. Breath of the Wild. That's the one. Call it private. Generating code. Not easy. Not easy to make a game. Bot has been crushed. Yeah. I never used to ban them because it's like, oh, maybe they're just trolling and there'll be people. And then I just got so many of them. I was like, okay, ban, 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 ban. I've had that same link like a million times as well. Craft is playing in the background. Don't know if you guys can even hear it, to be fair. Okay. So that would have taken a while to load because it's the first game. Oh, I can't see it. Got me. Be able to see it. C++ class is enabled. Let's go to FileFar. 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 That one. That's the one I want. Also, you're modding my channel, so you should be able to fetch my auto block words. Oh, can I? To be fair, I don't even know where the auto blocks words list is. Guess I can report you, and that's about it. Report Sweetie's too nice. I just had myself laugh because you're recommending. Alright. Did Ryder open? Yes, I trust the project. I made it. So this is my tool of choice. You could use Visual Studios, but I like Ryder. It does a lot of things for you. Go to mod view for my channel, you should be able to get it there. Oh, okay. Don't trust what? Don't trust Ryder? The mod. Go to mod view. Can I see my mod view things? Okay. Oh, not worry about it. Next time you're streaming, I'll nick them from you. That sounds like the best option to me. Alright. It's... I actually have no use for this right now, but it's just good that it's all set up. You don't have to get a mod view. When you're live, it's literally just a button next to the send that's it's literally just a button that's like a sword next to the chat button. In fact, every time I've done it, it's always just put a it's always just asked me, hey, do you want to be in mod view? It's taking a while to process. We separate our stuff. That is EPP. I don't need this just yet, but I will be needing it because I will be setting up the players stuff through here. In fact, I don't want... I don't think this is going to work for here. I know it's a... fully construct, but I can't be asked right now. Oh, why have I got like several of these open now? New Rider. So we want a gameplay subsystem. exactly is the subsystem? What is the subsystem? Haven't need to touch this in a while. Gameplay subsystem. Game instance subsystem. Okay. This is going to be... let's do time and date. Music definitely fits. Send you a full list if you want. You could do. Alright, so this is just going to tick, basically. Going to... does event tick, correct? Maybe not. I don't remember these tick. Embarrassing if gameplay substances don't tick. Okay. Thank you, buddy. This is where I get hacked, right? The elite hack. Was it moderation? That makes sense. Block terms and key phrases. Oh, do they all need to be posted separately? Why? Why can't I just import a JSON list or a comment list? I'm gonna focus on that when I'm not. I'm not busy streaming. Okay, let's check. I'm guessing these don't tick. Okay. How am I gonna get game mode tick? I don't think it does. Tick? You tick. Why does game mode tick but not... Why? Well, I get why game mode ticks, but why? Why does that tick but instance doesn't? Does the regular game instance tick? Don't tick. Didn't know that. Then I've never needed it to tick. This is the first time I've generally wanted it to tick and it doesn't tick. Okay. I was not expecting this to fail me in the first hurdle. Let's do... I don't want this being in game mode, which is the main issue. I'm going to find out this does a lot of lag. Amazon driver outside, there might be a delivery. The delivery. I'll be right back. I also need to spin the laundry. Back. I was considering streaming the D&D fixing, but besides, now that you're watching, I couldn't do that if I wanted to. You excited for Tuesday, Swede? But now that I've got this, I need RPG. Nope. If time and date subsystem does not equal. It won't, it's been game. Then time and date. It. It's of class. U time. It's an inherent class. Okay. Exactly what I missed it Wednesday because I fell. You fell asleep. I'm always excited for D&D, except when I missed it Wednesday because I fell asleep. Playing yesterday, and we just got out of combat, and then two players decided to fight. That was the entire rest of the session. It was just them fighting. My character walked away. The other characters walked away. These two just basically wasted all their spell slots. Funny. I actually shorten this. I know people don't like this, but you can do that. I like doing it for return values. Okay. The game mode ticks. That will detect that it's that. By default, this will be a null pointer. Otherwise, you get a strange code, especially in games. Apparently, my team needs their demon. Oof. I will admit, I am fully expecting at least a half TPK next session. Like, because you're not dead, if people run off or yeah, if people run off or die, I'm probably gonna have everyone that doesn't die be thrown out of the area, essentially. That's kind of my plan. So your character's not dead because you survived because Husto used dying wish. Dying wish. The dying. That's the one. All right. Want this to be? No. This will be protected. There's no reason any class outside of this or friends should have access to. Unless I'm wrong. It probably is. Gameplay is always public. I'm pretty sure. It's always public or it's protected, and I don't care right now. Protected. Tick. And I will limit the tick of the thing, because I don't... This tick rate shouldn't tick. When pause. I think I'll just check. Set the tick into board. Oh. Down the overall game mode's tick rate would be bad. Apparently my team needs a team. If my team dies and I survive again, I will be so happy. Well, in R1. I mean, if Rimver is, I am gonna let Rimver reroll the last roll of the session because A, you need all the help you can get, and B, we crashed right as he rolled. Specifically, they're just gonna kill you, Eveline. Straight from. This will never come back to haunt me. This will never come back to haunt me. And a fireball the whole place. You don't know fireball. Does remind me, I need to get 5 seconds. Why are you consulting in a stick? Oh, is it because I've knolled it? No, wait, no, I think I need to destroy it. Okay. That fix your issues? Oh, why is this in line? I'll come back and fix that later. Why are you in line? I don't want in line. More time to cheat in fireball and fireball the whole play. As if I would allow that. Object member time subsist during garbage collecting, resulting in a stale pointer. Yes. How do I make that not happen? Do I just make it static? Constant? The only way you'd cast Fireball is if you wild magic, because there is, I think it's a 7 or 8, that's Fireball. You can't downcast a spell. Nice try, though. Subsystem, I'm going to create the function manual tick from, which is it's awful. It's awful. It's definitely awful. No, this is a manual tick. So be in time. Just in case I need the time and date tick speed. Downcasting should be a thing for some things. I do agree. But at the same time, the best way to make them would be have them at the lowest level that could then be upcast. Like, a level 1 killing word spell would actually require the enemy to have like 1,000,000 hit points. That's the only way it would kill it. Because that's the thing. There are limitations on high level spells because they're high level spells. Now, I think there should be more variety in spells. I don't like the idea that there's just Fireball, right? There should be Ice Ball, and there should be Lightning Ball, and there should be stuff like that. And they all should have different effects, different on how they're used. Because I have one of the enemies in my private campaign is an Ice Spellcaster, and there is 0 Ice spells. Which is why she's a level 7 caster, because that's when you start getting proper ice spells. It's like, if there was an ice fireball, basically, it would just do less damage, but it would also slow down your enemies. Or it would do more damage, with the chance of it slowing down your enemies, or something like that. Sorry, it would do the same amount of damage. I generally think variety is the biggest issue in D&D, the spell systems. Okay, so that's manual ticking, which is just an awful idea. What I'll do, private variable of float int. Yeah, current time, perfect. You got it. This will be 4. Oh, I know why it's a float. It's because it takes in a float for that. Yeah, okay. We'll just keep it float. So by default, this will be 0. I think spells that have a damage roll that should have level 1 version instead. I could see that. I mean, it would depend on the spell, because if you need to make a dex saving throw, then when it comes to a cantrip, for instance, you save, you don't take any damage, whereas if it's a level spell, you still take half. So I don't know. Because if you do like Chain Lightning, which is a level 1 spell, and it's 1d12 every hit, as long as you stay connected. That's quite powerful for a level 1 spell. I don't know what you could do to other spells to bring them on that level to the point that it actually makes sense to bring them down. Bible is 68. 8d6. Is it? I thought it was 66s. If I'm wrong. I think I'm wrong. Bible is... It is 68, 8d6. Okay. How sad is that, though, that you cast 8d6s, but for every level above, it adds 1d6? Why not 2? No, you're right, it's 8d6s on level 3. You get 1 extra for every level. Like, why? Why wouldn't I just cast it twice? I guess the only reason why you would... I guess the only reason you would cast a higher level if you don't need to, is you don't have level 3 spell slots. And I love how the material components are a tiny ball of bat guana sulfur. Basically, if you're carrying a component pouch and you use Fireball, you always just smell like bat shit. Sulfur. So bat shit and rotten eggs. That's all you smell like. What's it doing? Alright. We do current time plus equal in type. That now just does that, and I'm just gonna. We're just gonna get a if g engine. If the G engine exists, we're gonna do a U log temp warning date team current time. It's going to be. Oh, I don't want log. I want on-screen message because log is great, but on-screen message is better. Add on-screen debug message. E is going to be 0. Float time is going to be, yeah, free fine. In fact, no. Let's do the float time of the in-time date speed tick. That way, every time we get updated, it will just replace the message on screen. We'll make that, yeah, keep it red, it's fine. Current time. That is perfect, actually. I don't know if this works, because when I tried, that doesn't work. I meant for warlocks, it requires to upcast. Well, warlocks have no choice; they have to upcast at the highest level. I don't really can't always cast level 3 fireballs. Well, the one thing you guys have forgotten is you've split your classes in half. So by the time you get to the end game, and I've told you that this has got a max of 7 levels, you won't be able to cast fireball because you need to be level 5 in your spellcasting class to cast fireball. You will never be able to cast fireball in this campaign. If we continue it, and we continue in any of the books that lead on from this, yes, you'll be able to then. But for this campaign, you've got no fireball. No one has fireball. No one will ever have fireball based on the way that you set up classes. You're level 4, there are 7 levels, and you need to be level 5 in a specific wizard class type. You're not getting fireball in this campaign. Unless you find an item that has fireball, of course. Because that's a completely different situation. Oh, I should close Unreal. Build failed. What? Talking D&D and making game dev. If only I could do this for my job. February. Now they've upset Speed, he's probably left. A joke, sweet. What have I done wrong? Circular dependency detected. That's not good. Oh, do they rely on each other? I have 2 classes. How have I done this? Why do you need the game mode? What? Why do you need the game mode? There is no need for you to know the game mode. Okay, I don't know how it happened. Time to fireball the fireball. Float from ball. Yeah, that's going to be a problem. Where is that? Float from stuff that I didn't know I was gonna have to deal with today. Play. Oh yeah, this doesn't work. Like I thought. Because it's trying to take this current time as a different thing. I just cast it manually. Strings do not exist in this system. I do not know how to use on-screen message, apparently. Thought I did. Apparently not. I'll print messages. Oh, is it just complaining? No reason. Oh no, I see what's up. I see what's up. F ring. This is text. Don't know if I really care about being a text right now because it really shouldn't be. How's your coding doing? I don't know why I'm feeling so bad right now, to be honest. But then it's because I'm not really have a focus, so I'm just kind of like fluffing about. Like when it comes to projects, I know exactly what I need to do. I normally plan it all out and then build them as I need. So this is built, hopefully, and hopefully this is built correctly. And we're about to find out, because I've told it to auto-tick. So as long as I set up the right game mode, it should auto-tick. Because game instances are automatically loaded in, from my understanding. The factories do that in the background. I could be wrong on that. I don't want to be wrong on that. Because that means that some of the projects I've done that use them are broken. So I hope I'm not wrong on that. Unreal Engine 5. Best way to make the smeariest looking AAA games in the world. I would try to make my own game engine, but it's just time I don't have. The plan is, and hopefully is, to actually make games, to become a independent solo developer. Or a freelancer at least, so I can work on stuff on the side if I need it. Now, I don't normally set C++ classes up as default. Don't like that. Not ticking. Just double check that got set. Did. Okay. Run the game, go back to the code, go back to this, and we're just going to check what's up. That's not it. Okay, we got a tick. Perfect. Delta seconds was not available to us, that's fine, we don't actually care about it. So, is game mode set? It is a null pointer. It's not set before... Oh, right, game mode gets set before everything else, so this is never gonna work. I am smart, I promise. Like literally there's a hierarchy of where does game mode get set, and this ain't one of them. So, I don't know how I don't know how I'm doing this wrong today. Git game is, and this is a recall time. No, it's not time and date system. It. Boom. Then we go time and date subsystem. Tick. No, you are true. I don't actually know where that's come from. But I probably said something like, I don't know how I've got to this point or something. Alright, so we're going to kill the project, rebuild. This is nasty. But you should see the code I did for the HUD Explorer for the D&D stuff. It's disgusting. Like I would never release that code in the pack as it is, but it's never getting released, so it doesn't matter. Love Minecraft. Ooh, okay. Current time. Time in is 5 seconds. What's current time? An access violation. We're basically trying to access a variable before it's ready. Okay. Have a way around this. I don't think begin play either. Oh, that's why I have an access violation. I see it. Don't have a public getter setter. Set current. You never set you never correctly set a set. Set current time is a time. Doesn't have a function yet. That's probably why it's bred. Get this. Oh no, it's because it's not void. And we want to get this back as a float. This, actually, this will be private as well, because you can access it as long as it's not private setter, public getter. That's basically the definition of this. So setting time can only be done by this. Perfectly fine. But getting time can be got from anywhere because we are just returning the value current time. And then in this case, rather than doing this, we'll set current time by getting the current time, plusing the initial change. And then rather than accessing this directly, we will do that, even though this time it won't really matter. Oh, that's set, I mean get. I did do years of programming. I'm not a pretend. Sometimes how I feel. Let me guess, you can be constant because you don't change anything in your type, yes. But does that affect the timeline? Well, I've stopped using constants because I keep getting errors elsewhere. Your entire purpose is to set, so what is your problem? You can't be made constant. Oh no, the variable can be made constant. because you're not changing in the function. Yeah, but the function itself can't be. Constant basically says it's an agreement with the function that, in this case, nothing in here is changing. I'm only getting this value, so nothing's changing. I'm not doing this. Whereas in this case, I'm basically saying that this value, as it gets passed through, is never changing. And that's what constant means. This means I'm telling the compiler that it's going to be the same. I'm not changing it if you give it to me. And it's an optimization, basically. Don't know if I built, actually. I probably did build. No, I didn't build. Cool. I actually really wanted to make a Minecraft clone at one point. Not because of the option of releasing it, but just so I could understand how to make a Minecraft clone. I don't know if that's stupid. I remember talking about it on stream before, and I think Bune watching, and they thought it was a good idea. Like, when I say clone, I mean like get it down to the details, but try to do some optimizations where I can, like 3D chunks, which aren't part of Minecraft. Really should be. Mojang, get on it. Okay, still a time access violation. This equals null. Let me just remove it from the first wall. This is probably the wrong way to do this anyway. My entire idea behind this is just having a way to get the time and sending out time notes, whatever they are going to be. You can below me now. A little smaller than normal. I decided I want to shrink it. Takes up a lot of the screen. My old camera, one I used. The one I think you have, sweet, actually. No, no, you got the face cam like I do now. Okay. We're not getting any numbers. I don't think this is getting it. Yeah, it's a null pointer. Why are you not getting it? Why are you just messed up how... Unroast. I just completely muffed how you get... There is a... But isn't that just a roundabout way of doing what I just did? World. Different way of doing what I just did, I'm pretty. Oh, I need to cancel the game. This song, I know it's Minecraft because I bought the beta, but this makes me reminds me of that I need to play Fallout London more. You like the Fallout games, Swede? Actively my favorite series in terms of what is there potential-wise. I feel like it's missing the target quite a few times. But that being said, I did enjoy it. Not getting it still. Oh, where'd it go? Oh, I deleted it by accident. Point in the cast then if I do. Make it make sense, Unreal. Come on. Pretty sure the neighbour across from me is selling their home. I don't understand how I'm failing on what feels like a basic. But that being said, if you do anything, if you read a book, you are 1% of the people that have read that book. Right? Most people won't read. Do we have the yeah, we do have it this time. Okay, go in. Private handler, yeah, that's fine. Wait, is this private? Public. Okay. Yeah, I heard that too, Lola. Don't know what that was. It is coming through. It's coming through. Setting time. Current time. Now it's just not printing. Yeah, now we're out of scope, so it won't give us the time. Current time 5. 10. We've got time! We've got a time tick! That is definitely an awful way to do it, but we got it. Quickly check what that girl put. Go back. just labor. Do you see the timer at the top left? In 90 seconds. One red. We got ticking. Now, let's get basic actor. Get gameplay. Get subsystems don't work that way. RPG. They'll get the subsystem. And then every tick, just to test that we're doing it, I can get it. Default route, thank you. It will increase its height every tick. That's not a blueprint meant to play Faceball. Yeah, I know what I'm doing. I know exactly what I'm doing. At current time. View function, let's put callable. Boom. Now it should be callable by different. I talk very well. Boom. I also made it pure for me, which is nice. And then we're going to go set activation, and Z is up in Unreal. We'll do that. And this is bad. Never use tick for this. Where do we default spawn to? Why are you called? What? What's happened now? I just wanted to look at possible code ideas stuff. Well, I actually found them doing that right. To be fair, we're searching the unknown right now. Well, the unknown to me. It's probably a known complete factor for somebody else. That things are breaking might be fine. This actor here. This is 0, 0, so when it gets 5, it'll go up. Perfect. Nope, nope. Put that to 0. Nope. Play. Okay, the actors can just get... Okay. Because that is what I was wondering. If I do unit FPS. Unit FPS? Oh, it's stat unit. I've got it the wrong way around. FPS. Bumps up. Why is a draw 20? Why am I only getting 50 in this empty scene? God, Unreal is so unoptimized. I know you're not getting what I'm saying, but there's stuff above me right here. Green is Unreal's answer for it being good. Although I don't think that it's good. Thank you for the sub, Swede. Well, you paid for it. Thanks, man. No, it's primed, okay. But no, thanks, man. Means a lot. It does, generally. So that's happening now, regardless if I want it to or not. It's a 5.5. 5.5F. If I just quickly go ahead and disable it. So I'm going to go to gameplay, then I'm going to set set tick enabled, and I'm going to make it false. So game mode no longer ticks, which means nothing ever gets responded down to at the bottom. 5.5 roughly is what we were getting for milliseconds for game. We're getting about 20 seconds for graphics because this map is just massively unoptimized. I don't understand why. Okay, my stream's been lagging behind a bit. Being in phone is weird. Yeah. Which has always been awful for me, but that's because I'm gonna look at this orb just to make sure it's all relevant. 5.5, go to 6. We did spring to 8 at one point, but I think that was a misnomer. Of course, one object isn't going to show us anything impressive. This is what I don't get about Unreal, right? The milliseconds is how quickly it's able to process the game frame. Game frame, 11 milliseconds is about 90 FPS if it's just that. Literally nothing is happening except the clouds ticking, and it's 5 milliseconds. What are you doing? Let's put down, where are you? Put down 1,000 of these. So I'm gonna 0, you. I'm gonna do 1. I'm gonna move you 200. Perfect. If I do get 300. I'm gonna quickly switch snapping. Let's get one more so I can do 5. And that's 10. And my outliner, I have that hierarchy on. Don't need that. So that is 20. 30. That is 40. 50. You 50. That's 100. And I can verify that by looking at this. Yeah, actor 100. So this is 200. And then we're going to double 200 5 times. And this should be the last one. That should be 1,000 objects. I should be able to check them in the outlier. 1,000 objects. So, right now, everything is disabled. Oh, I probably should make a level for this quickly. Level 1,000 balls. Saving template as L 1000 balls. And now when I press play, I'm in a ball. I'm almost definitely in a ball. I was in a ball. I broke the game. GG me. That is... I can't be this far away from the wall. I've got to be under the map as well. What is going on? Oh, I know exactly what's going on. All these actors set the location to 00. I don't want them to change their settings. I want them to stay. I need to get to split that and keep these to be the same. Oops. 1000 balls. Your free waffles. Enjoy your free waffles, man. I'm gonna play from... Light you up. Play from current location. For some reason. Dark again. All I did was add 1,000 objects to the world. So confused. How did adding 1,000 objects to the world break my lighting? What? What? It's like it deletes itself. What the fuck? It's gone. I don't... Okay. The game frame's around 14. So it's nearly tripled by adding 1,000 balls. 14, 13, 14. They raising? Okay, yeah, they're raising. So that system kind of works. Minus yeah, the boneless. I do not know. How did I break the lighting by putting down a million, 1,000 balls? Okay. Other than the initial triple the bump, it was maybe a millisecond more to do timing for 1,000 of them, which is never going to be the case. Well, actually, I think we do need to find a more efficient system than that. I've never had this many items that have different lighting that are all the same. Very strange doing this. We'll do some more research into that. Look at all them lumps. What would be a more efficient? But one of the obvious things is stuff in the player. Only stuff in the player's like area would update. I don't know if stuff being outside of level would matter. And there's a question of how do we check for a specific time? Questions that need to be asked. Oh, God. Questions that need to be asked. Questions I don't know how to ask. It's just nice knowing that all things automatically get access to it. But I will be right back. I'm going to use a loo, and then I need to put clothes up on the line. So I'm going to do that. And then I'll rejoin the stream. BRB. BRB.